Your attitude determines your altitude. And demography, I'm not talking about democracy, because this is not a democratic society, this is a republic. In fact, it's so much a republic that it's not the United States of America. Now I know we say that, and it once was the United States. Right now it's the ununited states. And aside from being the ununited states, it's not the United States on any level. The United States became a corporation. It has a business ID. You didn't know that? Yeah, it became that. When you remember this great ship that was built that was supposed to be invincible? Who can tell me the name of it? Say it out loud though. Titanic. Exactly right. That wasn't even loud. Okay, and I read your lips. Okay, but you're right about the Titanic. But there were three very rich men, extremely rich men on board who lost their lives. Now you get, I'll pass out $20 bills if you can name those three rich men. But there was one man who was going to be on it, who was part of the creation of this ship. Shortly before the maiden voyage, this one rich man, in fact, two of them to be honest with you, they backed away from the trip. Surprised everybody. But mysteriously, the three other rich men lost their lives. These are three men who were fighting against the Federal Reserve. For those of you who don't know, the Federal Reserve Bank is not a bank. It's not federal at all. It's an independent entity. Mm-hmm. What does an independent entity have to do with running a whole country's finance? They can do it because we stopped being a country. We became a business. At the same time, when those three men died, on that particular ship, on a ship that knew where the icebergs were and went straight for the icebergs, read their history, went straight for the whole field of icebergs. But the two people who were responsible for the ship, suddenly, I don't know if they caught a headache, big toes aching, but whatever the reason, they said, oh, we're not going to be able to make it. If I were either one of those other rich men, I would say, well, if you're not going on your own ship, I'm not going either. But unfortunately, they were the proponents against the Federal Reserve Bank that lost their lives. So now the other two very rich men, ultra rich men, were able to push the Federal Reserve Bank going through. Now we have the Federal Reserve Bank that doesn't represent you, but they can certainly print money. Something's wrong with that picture, because anybody printing money is going to control inflation. Does that make any sense? And so we are living in a nation where there's every reason to be frustrated. We've been bamboozled in so many other ways. We've been bamboozled in so many ways it's not funny. We have news media, and I'm not talking about fake news. We have news media that are paid to make you spend your money that you don't have, you know, and they are purporting to, companies, they're purporting to tell you it's okay. Use plastic. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but, oh yes you are. Grocery stores have moved you off of the paper bag. Remember when they used to say, you want paper or what? Yes. That's right. And we would say, paper. Then they start pushing it a little bit stronger. You want plastic, don't you? You want plastic? And they start opening up a plastic before you said anything. But you should know, plastic does not break down. Somewhere in a dump, there's babies' soiled, did I clean that up well enough? Soiled diapers. I'm talking about the plastic ones. You know the brand names. It does not disintegrate. The baby bottle is somewhere in a dump. All of the plastic. And usually, watch this, that garbage is dumped in the ocean. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? No. Something is wrong with that picture. I mean, how can we poison the ocean? We poison the ponds and the lakes and the ditches and the viaducts. So what's left? Oh, nothing left but the ocean. And they will take barges out there, I mean tons and tons of garbage, and dump it. So There's no Mikey out there. You're the Mikeys. So on land, you'll eat anything. If they say, ooh, if they say, ooh, wait a minute. Butter is bad. We've come up with a new product. It's margarine. Margarine is healthy. And do you know, we started buying it. And they came up with products to help you buy it. Products like, oh, what is it? Help me. I can't believe it's not what? I can't believe it's not butter. You need to tell yourself, it's not butter. What are you talking about? I can't believe it's not butter. You know, and all kinds of margarine products. Do you know what you guys are talking too loud. Do you know what, do sign language or something. Do you know how we came about margarine? We came about margarine as a product to fatten the Thanksgiving bird. Because between Thanksgiving, all of November, all of into January, turkeys sell like nobody's business. And they make bank. If you were just doing turkeys, you wouldn't have to work the rest of the year. I mean, think about it. There are people who have businesses with just turkey legs right now and making bank with just the turkey legs. And so that was the thing, to have a product of a fattening turkeys. And it did. The turkey's chest didn't used to be that big. But when they started feeding them this artificial product, it choked the turkeys. So instead of having the best thing to fatten the bird, it started killing those birds. And these people spent billions of dollars on this product, research and development. So now they're going to lose their money? I don't think so. So what did they do? They said, wait a minute, let's give it to Mikey, the public. They'll eat anything if we tell them it's good. And so they started selling you the same thing. And you don't understand why you exercise and you run and you join a club and your belly's still out there. Your legs get smaller, your arms get smaller, and your stomach is still out there. You say, I don't drink beer, how I got a beer belly? You're pulling yourself full of synthetics, genetically modified organisms, and your body can't break that stuff down, okay? And they're so smooth with it. Watch this. They have another one of your friends that they sold you on that was good? Sugar. Sugar is so toxic. It's a poison. It's an outright poison. But watch this. Not only do you have sugar granulated, processed, and bleached, but you have it in so many other products that you might not know you have it. Would you believe it if I told you that there's sugar or alcohol in mascara? Yes, it is. Sugar or alcohol in toothpaste. Yes, it is. Sugar or alcohol in mouthwash. Yes, it is. And the list goes on and on and on. Okay? So we are killing ourselves softly, and we don't know because it came off of a commercial, a billboard, a newspaper ad, radio, a television. And these people who are doing these things are doing it because they're going to get paid to pretend like they enjoy this product. And you say, oh, well, I'm not going to call an actor's name because it may be your favorite actor. You know, I saw so-and-so doing the commercial. It must be good. And unfortunately, the masses believe whatever they see on television is telling the truth. I'm going to tell you to your face, they're poison biscuits. When I say poison biscuits, I mean they're lying to you to your face, okay? And so, in fact, I was going to do this monologue. I mean, I'm going to stick with this because I need to help you understand that that little piece of ground you have, I don't care if it's a little backyard or a flower bed, you need to convert that. You need to put some vegetation in that little piece of ground you have so that you know what's in your food right then and there. Because I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking mustard green ought to come up really fast. Some of you might know how fast they pop up, but they pop up really fast. And so you can have a healthy garden and you don't even need to have dirt. Yeah, you can do the hydroponic. You can. Am I right? Did you get? Oh, thank you. And so I said, don't let these people fool you. They're all for the almighty dollar. So I'm really adamant about bringing particularly our legends on. And one of our legends is sitting right here, a man who's been in radio and newspaper for possibly longer than I am old. And So he clearly is a legend, and we're honored to have Renaud Thibodeau as one of our producers. Tip.
God bless us, brother.
Yes, he has.
God bless us. We're
Bless us
truly
to
blessed.
be together. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, making history continue
Thank you. Thank you.
as we speak.
You've done so much, Tip. Take a moment and just introduce yourself to the audience.
Good evening.
And don't be shy. Just tell them the truth.
I'm Renaud Thibodeau.
Yes, he is. That's the first truth. Go ahead.
Rode a bicycle from Houston, Texas to Washington, D.C. to the White House.
Yes, you did.
Delivered tea cakes to Michelle Obama. She loved them. Made a great event. It happened. I'm also a diabetic. I was a diabetic. As we talk about this, it was just so pertinent into our lives. But having been, when I testified this evening, that I'm no longer that diabetic that I was a year ago.
Wow! Yes!
In particular, I was shooting 30 milligrams of insulin. I was taking up to 10 to 12 different pills a day to make it through. As I sit here today, I don't do any insulin. I don't take but 2 pills for high blood pressure, and that's all I take by God's grace.
Oh, yes.
And I want to add, as I sit here, testament to I say, God uses, he shows his will and powers through people, just like he did Peter and Paul and Christ and everyone else. And I want to join in that same category because he took me to bring that out. And I want to sit here and say through prayer, diet, and exercise, you can beat diabetes. Wow. And like the bishop is saying this evening, we're delivering to you good information about how you can sustain and survive in yourself without having letting your body be exploited by a capitalist system making money off your misery.
Thank you.
And that's what doctors and pharmacists do, make money off the people's misery. They know better, but everybody's holding the information because they make more money with us being sick than they do with us being well.
Thank you, Tip. Thank you. Well stated. Well stated.